All right. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Hope your day's going good. A little early in my neck of the woods. That's okay. Meant to get up even earlier, but life happens. Check it out. I built a Doom map. I got to do something more interesting with it. So far, it's pretty cool, I guess. So far, we're blowing up a bunch of imps. We've got some archviles for a trap here. And then you just blow up a bunch of imps until you get to this right here, which sends you even more imps. That's all right, I guess. But the feedback is that it's just blowing up imps, which is half of the point. But also I want the map to be semi-interesting, so we're going to have to do something unique. Not necessarily unique, I guess, but I'm going to have to change it up a bit. So I think the archvile, I think this pathway right here, that's pretty good. It just kind of gets you the feel of blowing up a bunch of imps. And then we're going to have these archies. They show up. Everybody is set to ambush player. So I don't think it'll be a problem if I say, oh, they're not set up, but they are facing that way. The ambush ones don't come up until later. So let's clear that selection and select the. Are these ambush? Yeah, these are ambush. I think the ones facing that direction are all ambush, and then the ones that are facing this direction, they are not ambush. Okay, so in between, so we've got these two archviles that show up. They don't necessarily cause trouble because of all of the imp corpses. But that's okay. You know what? Let's jam some. What do we have? What's in my studio here? All right. Little metal cover of some Stardew action. God, I love Stardew Valley. Okay. What to do here? I think this might actually benefit from so we've got a light that goes there. I have an idea. Let's get rid of some of these ambushy guys. And you know what? Let's just create a simple wall. Kind of zoom in, make sure we get a decently 90-degree angle. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, now we've got something useful. Just move that up to the ceiling here. Put that texture there. I guess the problem here is that they're then going to be able to funnel the imps. This an ambush? Yeah, we need him. over here, I guess. I guess I'm gonna have to see how this plays out. And then we can actually take this sector and move it there. I'm going to take this one and copy paste it. We can make the corridor a little tight, I guess. Actually, you know what? That's no good. We're going to have to draw it from the wall because it's an awkward angle. That's good. And let's make sure we get rid of any things that might be intersecting with that. Let's see if we can get rid of... Yeah, that's no good. Oh, you know what? We'll have to go back and get rid of this sector entirely. So if we just take these line defs here, I think we can fill in that sector. Yeah, that works. And then I do want to make sure that we have rockets. So then let's... because that line def is going to trigger the two Archies and the pillars. You don't really need to be exact when you're mapping sometimes. You just gotta make it work. Sometimes good enough is okay for certain things. And then we'll paste some textures on here. Perfect. Okay, so if they do want to funnel some imps, they're going to be able to, but it's rockets, so kind of dangerous. Okay. So let's think about this, though. They go through here. A bunch of imps are gonna see them and shout at them. And then as they come through here, they're gonna hit the pile imps on the left and right, which is frankly fine, I guess. We'll give it some flavor as far as like decoration goes here, just a little bit. Alright, my playlist actually updated. There we go. Okay, so we come around here. We're going to be killing some of these guys. And then I think we're going to need to think I want to lock the player in somewhere for just a little bit. Okay, so we come around here. Oh my god, that's a lot more imps, and then they'll start actually coming from this direction. So if we come here, I wonder if we can just, now that all those imps can see them, we can have this line def when they get into the light here. Ooh, this would be really insidious, actually, if I were to lock them in to a certain distance here. So when they hit this, let's pull... make this more dangerous. I wonder how this will work. Alright, let's get rid of a few of these guys here. And then let's create a little square trap. Oop, not the whole floor, jeez. Actually, what are we doing? Height 128? Yeah, that's good. We need a good texture for this. What do we got here? Let's do something metal. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that'll work. And I wonder if Doom Builder knows enough to use the same textures. I think it does. So we'll paste these here. So this line def should make those go floor to ceiling height. Yeah. But we're also Hey, Grapes, what's up, man? How are you doing? I didn't see you in chat there. Yeah, this one I'm kind of struggling with. Not really struggling. I'm just trying to think of a good idea to go with what I got going on here, because I have this line def right here that triggers these two doors, and it opens up these walls full of imps. But it doesn't really... It's not super dangerous, but I guess it would be cool if we trap the player with that, give them a little more of a tight space. And actually, it might be good to make it even closer. We can get rid of some of these guys. Take these sectors and just move them a little bit. Oh, dang it. Yeah, we'll push that up a little bit. And those won't pop up until... make these floor height 0 for now. Yeah, so when they go for the mega, this will close, and then I wonder if we should do the same up front here. And kind of lock them in between each of the floods of imps. I'm wondering if that's... I'm trying not to make it too hard, but you know. I don't want to be too mean, but I also don't want to be too forgiving either. It is Doom after all, you know? So let's go ahead and select those sectors here. And let's copy pasta. These guys over here. Actually, that's not good. Let's don't do that. Let's do just these sectors. Excuse me. Yeah, that works. So let's actually add... Go to an unused tag, tag 5. So then we've got one line def that drops those. And then we need a secondary line def. I'm going to need it real close to that other one here. Yeah, we can get it that fairly close. And then we're going to have... We're going to have the floor. Let's see. Floor raised to lowest ceiling. Yeah, that works. We'll do tag 5 on that. So that should raise all of these, lock them in place. But now we need to make sure, let's see, that this isn't... Yeah, it's walk 1. Okay, perfect. I was just making sure. So that's going to happen one time. It only happens once. And now we need to do a switch back somewhere. Let's see, actually. What kind of switch do we want anyway? It's a tough call. I think I'm probably just going to have to make this a sector that sits on the floor in between these rockets here. Actually, that's really good because then that draws the player over into here to get the rockets. Sometimes people forget the rockets that are there. And then I wonder if I could have another switch. Yeah, I guess I could use a voodoo doll to require both switches. Yeah, that's probably what I'll wind up doing. Okay, let's do this. We need... Well, first off, we need to decide what texture I want. I think I'm going to go with the lion face. Yeah, so we need something 64 wide. 64, 64 ought to do it. All right, this is like not great in terms of distances and whatnot. So let's make that line there. Doesn't really matter how wide it is, I guess. And then another. Good enough. Ugly, but it works. All right, 64 and 64. Nice. Oh, there we go. Cow Rebellion. A CBM map, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, CBM. Okay, let's put the lion face on here. And then I guess we'll need some wood. Wood ought to do it. That's 16. Yeah, that works. Slightly short for the texture, but that's okay. Ooh, we could put a secret back there too. That'd be fun. And then we need this one to be some wood too. I mean, that doesn't look great. It's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Alright. Now I need... Oop. Now we need to work on this. This needs to be a switch. I wonder why Sulaco didn't use as much sprites as the Doom Demons for their enemies to imply rotating forms. Yeah, you know, I thought that was interesting as well. I guess that's a design choice I guess you can make. Let's see. We need floor lower to let's filter. There we go. Floor lower to switch one time. Floor lower to lowest floor. It's probably not set up the way I want it to, but that's okay. And then this is going to be tag 5. So that should control those. You know what? I'm going to have to create a voodoo doll off to the side here. Oh, you know what, though? I think the one switch ought to be fine. Just for the time being. Okay, so this is going to lock the player in place. All right, you know what? Let's just see what this does. Let's see how it works. You know, and I realized that the sludge might imply candy on the floor, even though it doesn't actually work that way. Tough call. Ooh. Alright, we got that first. Uh-oh. I see the problem now. The problem is that the archviles aren't going to... Those walls are actually destroying my archvile momentum. Actually. Alright. My music was clogging up the audio airwaves. Oh, hello. Oh, that's no good. I'm awful at this. Well, okay. That's not exactly how I wanted that to go. This causes a little bit of issues. And I think the solution here might actually be to just get rid of this front area of imps to give the player some room to start shooting. And then how do I get my archviles? I know. I'm going to have to move. I'm going to have to get rid of these line defs and have them do something up front as opposed to... Because I need them to walk by the archvile so they can get ambushed. Okay, so let's get rid of... Uh-oh, that causes real issues. You know what? We can just turn it off. Action 0. Useless line defs, but that's okay. I just don't want them to destroy the sector. And then here, we can actually create a couple of random line defs. Well, no, let's not do that just yet. Yeah, let's make it right, like right in the middle of the walkway here. And we'll also add... Close can we get? We can get super close. There we go. So then we'll have tag 6. We'll have those. Okay, so they'll come up here, start blowing stuff up. Then we'll have this line def drop this, and this line def throw these up. And I wonder if we can actually just, might be useful to take these two. What the heck? Why are those line defs still controlling? I'll fix it. Oh, they're just tagged the same. It's not a big deal. Let's take these two sectors. Just put them right here for funsies. And they're all tagged 6. These two line defs. I'm gonna have to give them a tag we're not using or something. Oh, that's right. Okay, so those won't touch it there. So then we need to tag these both with 1. We need the first one to be tag 1. That one we need to have floor lower. Need W1 floor lower. Yeah, let's filter for that. Lower to lowest floor. Yeah, that should be good. So that's going to affect there. That's going to drop those two arch files. They're going to cause some trouble. And then these need to be tagged 6. Let's do W1 floor raise to lowest ceiling. All right, so that should cause some havoc. And in the lower difficulties, there's an invulnerability sphere that's over there. So that's cool. And then once they're done duking it out with those guys, they'll come around here. They'll have some space, so they'll have to push. And then they'll push for a little bit. They'll come up with these. This is going to lock them in place. This switch over here. Look at this line def. S1. Excuse me. Lower to lowest floor. Changes texture. I actually don't know what that means. Just going to try it out. All right, so let's save real quick. And then we'll launch Streets of Rage, baby. Let's go. Uh-oh. We're missing a texture. Okay, we got some issues here. Missing a texture somehow. What's going on? Yep, this isn't what I want. I didn't ask for this. Ooh, I don't actually know how to solve this. I can't like move this up and down. Why did it do that? Floor height 0. There are textures? There's no textures. It's because I unchecked double-sided, I think. Yeah. Whew. Whoops. All right. Let's try that again. I've killed so many imps testing this stupid map out. Okay, perfect. Oh God. Yeah, okay. Can grab our mega. Alright. Oh good, it automatically lights the lion up. That's awesome. And then that lowers the Okay. Couple of things that we need to fix. One is that this needs to be like fast as hell. Can we change the speed? I wonder if we can. We're gonna have to do floor, walk over once, speed turbo, trigger, down, target lowest adjacent floor. Yeah, that should turbo it, and then these. Gonna need these to do another generalized action here. Do another floor. Walk over once. Turbo. Trigger. Up. Lowest adjacent ceiling. Okay, so that should fix that. We come around here. We got to blow up some more guys. This is gonna trap them inside this little thing, which I almost got slaughtered a little bit there. The lion switch works good. I wonder if it would be prudent to grab one of these and have some more imps like teleport in. Nah, let's leave that alone. And then you know what? Actually, I kind of want to make this like a little dock. Draw a little line here. Give it something interesting. Raise that by a hair. The line switch is fine. Change this texture. Let's go with some. Let's go with some wood of some sort here. Yeah, that works. Everybody's lifted up. This to be. A wood floor. Kind of boring looking, honestly. Or if we just switch up the brick here. No, not great. Yeah, I don't really like the tile look. We'll have to go back and do. Yeah, that works. Do the same for the other side, I guess. Over here and copy pasta what we have. Things getting in the way. Actually, we should raise this one up a couple notches. There we go. Now we can actually see the whole lion. Okay, so now we've got a wooden dock over here. There's my rockets. Oh, I have something that's a little too insidious. I have an idea. Okay. Okay. Let's think about this for a second. Got this line def that's going to lower everything down. But oops. Maybe I don't want this sector to be visible just yet. Let's take this to, need it at floor height 80. No, wait. Floor height here, 16. This is 16. So then let's actually take this sector here and paste it over there. Move some of these things out of the way. Oops. Well, one more imp can't hurt. And then this sector actually needs to be a height of 80. We'll have a basic switch there. You know what? And let's switch this out for the man face. Man face is then going to, I'm going to have it raise that sector to height 80. Which once. So they'll have to come in here. Door's going to open up. They'll have a switch. They have to hit that. And then once this switch we could do switch once, raise floor by, what is it, 64? Because then what we can do is we can another sort of chamber that we have imps that load in. Actually copy a couple of these sets of line defs here. Bring them off to the side. Is that the same sector? Yeah, we're going to need to retag these. Tag 0. Yeah, you know what? Let's just make sure everything is tag 0. Got a bunch of imps here. This up a bit. If these get raised by 64, all of these line defs, this should allow the imps to move around. We don't really need textures here either. So then they're all teleport monster only, which is fine. Just need them to have a different tag. That's tagging to 44 here. I want one. Oh, did we already use 44? Whoops. 88. Yep, nothing necessarily crazy there. So we've got this switch. Nothing yet. So then this sector, tag of 88. Oh, I just realized needing to do multiple things at once. You know what? Let's go back. Doesn't need to be that complicated. Yeah, doesn't need to be that complicated. Got that trap right here. Tons of imps to deal with. And by the time they get through here, come through. Here's our secret. Oh, I know. Okay. So, and let's take, I'll tag 5. Let's take some of these imps out here. Let's do another set of can't pass. Come over here. We're going to want, ooh, we want those, that lighting the same here. Or I forget. What's the brightness? 192. And those are dark, so that's fine. Let's look. That's metal E. This to be blocking thing. Have these sectors here. Okay, those are in the dark, so that's good. Tag 80. Height. Or height should be 28. So we've got these, tag 88. Yep. Find metal E. Ooh. Go into all here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the 5th back from the secret. We're going to need to fix this. Sure. Fix. Plug those. Oh, well. Great. All right. Fine. Get rid of these. All right, now we've got the sector pathway forward. We're going to have to put a switch on one. Okay, so that should keep everybody chill. They're going to see them by design. That's fine. Okay, so now highlight a switch here. Let's do another 60. There you go. Good enough. Move that floor up to 4. Okay. We can have another switch here. I guess let's do the lion again. Wherever the heck he went. There we go. Yeah, that's good. And we can have a turbo drop. We think the switch is going to be for this, but it's not. It's going to drop a bunch of imps, both front and back. What we'll do. So they'll look here and flip the switch, and then this wall will lower. We'll have a bunch of imps, freak them out, and then they'll start getting hit from behind. Perfect. All right, let's draw our new rooms here. Oop. Delete. All right. Sweet. So we got that sector. This sector here. Got another pile of imps. Annoyingly. Actually, If I put arch files right there, that's going to be mean. Yeah, I'm going to avoid doing that. Imp here. Rotate the tool. Yeah, that's good enough. Pile them on. Then we'll draw another line def here. Make that our next sector. Make sure our imps don't overlap. And you know what? We're also going to need to draw one more line def here. At our other sector. We'll tag this one and this one. Tag 93. We'll take our line def here. At tag 93. And we'll do a floor switch once. Turbo. Trigger. Down. Lowest adjacent floor. Change texture. All right, so we got that. That's going to drop. And those imps will see them. And then let's pull this imp over here. Angle there. Copy some more imps. More annoying. That's the balance you have to walk when you're making a Doom map. Is how annoying do I want to be sometimes? And then let's do another switch in here, because this is the switch that will actually do the lowering. Oh, it's here. That's floor height 80. Set that floor height 80. Got wood stuff. Let's copy our lion switch over here. Actually, you know what? Not make it the lion switch. Let's make it that thing, whatever that is. And then let's actually color that here to indicate that it'll actually come back, make some textures match from over here. Oh yeah, that's in the hole now. Fix that. Make that floor height 80. Yep, there we go. Let's make this texture match. Here. You know, we can just take some wood, slap that on there. Whatever, works. That not ugly. Need something from the back. Yep, that'll work. All right, let's make sure our line defs are doing what they Good. So this is going to drop those quickly. And this one here, what's our tag number? 88. 88. Or once, turbo. Actually, we can just make it normal. Trigger down. Lowest adjacent floor. Change texture. Okay. So we've got our arch files here. We've got this wooden walking area. Then we've got the trap. They'll need to go grab that switch to get out of. Got this switch here that they think is going to lower this, but it's actually going to get some imps in front and behind. They flip the switch and that lowers to a floor, and then they can continue. Wonder if Okay, well, we've added a little bit of stuff. Got some sectors built out. Not bad. I'm actually going to go ahead and end the stream here. We'll see you guys later. But before I go, remember, you're awesome, you're loved, and what you do matters. I will see